From the University of Laverne, this is Foothill Community News.
Hello, I'm Siobhan Rogers.
And I'm Anthony Cisneros. Welcome to a new season of Foothill Community News. Topping our news, a University of Laverne student was arrested for threatening to shoot up his former high school. 19-year-old Nicholas Cabellos was taken into custody last Tuesday and charged with making criminal threats against Ruben Ayala High School in Chino Hills. Investigators say there are no additional threats related to the incident.
A major retailer is ending its sales of assault rifles in the wake of the mass shooting in Parkland, Florida. Dick's Sporting Goods says it will no longer carry the rifles in its stores nationwide. They are also banning the sale of high-capacity magazines. Walmart has also announced that it will no longer sell firearms and ammunition to people younger than 21. It will also stop advertising items resembling assault-style rifles on its website.
The Florida shooting is still fresh in the minds of students here at the University of Laverne. I spoke with a few of them who expressed outrage, sadness, and the sense of futility over the deaths of 14 students and 3 teachers.
It's kind of upsetting that people can't even have guns, and they go around shooting up high schools, and it's just really upsetting, disappointing.
I think an average person shouldn't be allowed to buy such a dangerous weapon. I think it should be allowed to be more towards police or military use.
While Americans are searching for answers on how to prevent this type of tragedy, some students say they aren't sure if that's possible.
I think it's unpreventable just because of what our world has come to and how there's no real limitation on how you can attain certain things in this world like guns, because there's legal and then there's also illegal ways to do it, and we can only stop so much.
Survivors of the Florida shooting are calling for a mass demonstration on Capitol Hill to take place on March 24th.
Black students at the University of Laverne are voicing their concerns about a lack of diversity on campus that could be affecting student retention. Last year, the university saw a drop in the number of returning freshmen, with the largest decline among African American students. I took a deeper look into the issue to find out the cause.
The University of Laverne is home to students from many different backgrounds, but the black students on campus say they feel isolated.
There's no culture at Laverne that provides a welcoming environment for the black students.
And that may be why some black students are choosing not to come back. Last year, the university lost 39% of its black freshman class. This percentage is higher than any other group on campus. Misty Livingston is the Assistant Director of Multicultural Affairs at the university.
There's a team of us. A team is about 5 of us. We're actually reaching out to all the black students to see what exactly is going on, because we're aware of that, and we want to figure out what it is.
Genesis Hampton is a junior and president of the Black Student Union. She has a theory as to why black students aren't staying.
To come here and not have any support, any help, or any community, no black programs, no black Greeks, no anything besides the Black Student Union, it's really hard to maintain black community.
Daniel Larrera is the Director of Multicultural Student Affairs. He says his office is working to create a more inclusive environment on campus.
My goal is to try to provide as many opportunities for self-exploration, but also for individuals to not only get to know themselves, but each other.
Retaining black students is one issue, but attracting them to the University of Laverne is another.
All of these things that we as college students come to rise above and then go back to our communities and help, they're not discussing.
The university is taking steps to create more diversity on campus.
Students at a local high school weren't too happy about the ending of a 30-year-old tradition, cross-dressing. Reporter Ariana Martinez went to Chaffey High, where things were a bit backwards.
Chaffey High School in Ontario has participated in Backwards Day activities since the 80s. It's a chance for the guys and girls to switch roles during winter homecoming activities.
This event is just like getting a chance for the girls to play some football, and like the guys having kind of like dressing out as like the girls or whatever.
I think when the roles are reversed, people get a different viewpoint on how the girls
sometimes use cheerleading, and I think same thing with the girls. They get the viewpoint of the guy and the football aspect and how difficult the roles are reversed, and it's just interesting for the day.
This year, administration decided to change the tradition of allowing boys to wear girls' cheerleading uniforms. They felt that the boys were adding things to the uniforms that were offensive to others.
It's a bummer because it's been a tradition for a very long time here at Chaffee High School, but overall, it is what it is. People have feelings, and we must respect that.
I think they really took the fun away out of that aspect of it, because I was looking forward to that. Got the long hair and everything.
Some parents and students say this prevents students from expressing themselves.
I know various people that are come out and say they're gay, and they've even performed in things like this, and they've dressed as cheerleaders, and they enjoy it themselves. And I think I seeing them, they feel comfortable doing this type of thing.
It was my son's last year, and I wanted him to enjoy every single activity possible. And I just felt that if a parent didn't agree with that, just don't let your kid, but don't ruin it for everybody else.
Boys who participated in this year's pep squad did not let the Backwards Day ban affect their spirit. They made shirts that said it all.
We're as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. Boys Pep Squad.
The administration does not plan on bringing back the boys dressing as girls for Backwards Day, but if this year is any indication, the spirit of Backwards Day is not going away. Reporting in Ontario, I'm Ariana Martinez, Foothill Community News.
When we come back, the future of a parking service at the University of Laverne may be in question.
And we have a furry friend who is hoping to win your heart. It's right here on Foothill Community News.
To pose, now sure. She makes the sun see deep in the North Sea.
For years, finding parking around campus was a nightmare. The University of Laverne tried to ease the problem by opening up a shuttle parking lot. That was 4 years ago. Reporter Fernando Alvarez says the shuttle service may have outlived its usefulness.
In 2012, the University of Laverne opened the Shuttle Parking lot at A Street just south of Harrow Highway to deal with the lack of parking spaces in and around campus. But now that a new parking structure is up and running, fewer and fewer people are taking advantage of the shuttle service.
Include the student workers and the commuter students, I would say about 10 per day, right in there.
The shuttle service provides nearly 500 parking spaces and gives rides to students, faculty, and staff to and from campus about every 12 minutes. But some have complained that the service is not efficient.
You'd have to wait for the bus. It made me late for class a few times. So I park in the lot, and the bus itself, the reason I don't park in the shuttle is because it's far away. I might miss class, or sometimes the shuttle comes really late. So I prefer parking in the new lot.
The new parking structure was completed in the fall of 2016 and provides 900 additional parking spaces right on campus. Commuters say that this makes a lot more convenient to park.
Yes, since I commute every day from Fontana, it's very easy to find a parking space here rather than parking all across campus.
I used to, but I don't use it anymore because look here, we can find a parking spot so easy.
According to the university's Parking and Transportation Service, between September and November of last year, the number of rides using the shuttle went down by more than 200. The university is trying to keep the shuttle bus running and motivate faculty, students, and staff to use the service.
I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen in the far future, but currently the shuttle lot will remain open. They can park in the shuttle parking lot for free. They do not need a pass. It's also used for group events. So if we have an event with 200-300 more people on campus, they can park in the shuttle parking lot.
The shuttle service is not only for students or those who work on campus. Visitors can also park in the lot for free and get a lift to the university. Reporting For Foothill's Community News, Adrián Fernando Álvarez.
If you're traveling around looking for something to do, park it here. Here's what's happening around the town. If you like to quilt or want a new hobby, the Quilt, Craft, and Sewing Festival is coming to the Fairplex March 8th through the 10th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and admission is free.
Move Productions is putting on their annual dance competition at the Fairplex March 9th through the 11th. The event will be held in the Expo Hall 5.
The Farm at the Fairplex is offering a unique dining experience on March 9th. Dine al fresco at the farm and enjoy a delicious meal paired with beer, wine, and cocktails. Tickets range from $120 to $150.
Howdy all you horse lovers. Join us for an event at the Fairplex on March 9th through the 11th, filled with clinics, seminars, competitions, shopping, dining, entertainment, and catching up with the newest trends in the equine industry. Tickets are $18 for adults and $10 for kids 13 and under.
Come and celebrate Holi, the Indian holiday at the Los Angeles Festival of Color at Whittier Narrows on March 10th and 11th at 11 a.m. Tickets are $20 and kids 12 and under are free.
Join us for the annual Toast of the Town, March 15th from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Via Verde Country Club. There will be plenty of fine wines and tasty treats. Tickets are $40.
They may not be purebreds, but there are plenty of rescue dogs right here in our community looking for homes. Reporter Ariana Martinez is at the Inland Valley Humane Society with our featured pet.
I am here with veterinarian Dr. Cynthia Kenny and little Odie at the Inland Valley Humane Society. Can you tell us a little bit about Odie? How old is he?
Hi, this is Odie, and he's about 1 to 2 years old. He's a boy, and he's currently our longest resident at the shelter. He's been here for over 3 months. He is an amazing dog, very, very smart, very outgoing, very friendly, very sweet. We're hoping to get him a home that's got an active lifestyle, you know, hiking, exercising, lots of walking. I think that would be most ideal. He's good with other dogs. He hasn't been with any dogs long term, so there would have to be, you know, if you have other dogs, we'd have to test him with them. But he's a great dog, and we really, really want to see him get adopted.
Awesome.
That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Let's find Odie a forever home.
If you'd like to adopt Odie, contact the Inland Valley Humane Society at www.ivhsspca.org.
Coming up, a look at local sports and a strawberry treat you won't want to miss.
That's after the break. Stay tuned to Foothill Community News.
Serving the nation's poor and vulnerable regardless of faith, and advocating on their behalf, we are Catholic Charities.
What could you lose in a home fire? Your possessions? Your home? Your memories? Don't let your world go up in smoke. Make sure you have working smoke alarms and practice an escape plan for you and your loved ones, because fire is everyone's fight.
And here we have Megan joining us for sports.
So Megan, what's happening in local sports?
The University of Laverne softball team will be headed to Texas to face off against Texas Lutheran, Messiah, and Texas Dallas. The women needed to raise $8,500 to pay for the trip, so they took their costs to the internet. The team's GoFundMe video ran through January and February. It raised more than enough money. The Lady Leos will play 6 games in Seguin, Texas in March. They are currently sitting at number 1 in the SCIAC standings, having won their last 5 games. In men's baseball, the Leopards had a split in a meetup with Cal Lutheran on February 17th. The team won 2 out of those 3 games, beating Cal Lutheran 5-2, 8-3, and losing 10-5. The Leopards went on to beat Caltech in a sweep 10-0, 4-3, and 14-3. The Leopards' men's and women's basketball teams also ended their seasons around President's Day. Both played Caltech, with the women losing 97-74, and the men breaking their losing streak, beating Caltech 96-86 in an overtime win. They later lost to Cal Lutheran 79-77 in the last road game. In boys high school basketball, it's CIF playoff time. Damien High's team is currently ranked 11th in California, with Cameron Shelton and Elijah McCullough leading the way this season. They dominated the first two rounds of the playoffs, but fell short in a quarterfinal against Pasadena, losing 88-75. The San Dimas basketball team also came short against Branda High School in Ventura, losing 66-54. Rancho Cucamonga High bested the Bonita Bearcats, winning 77-58. They then lost to Crossroads 88-82. Lutheran High School had a good showing in the first round, beating Waverly High of Pasadena 80-71. They ended their season with a loss to Environmental Charter 76-64. High school baseball season is approaching. The Bonita Bearcats lost to Los Altos 4-3 in their home opener. In the first road game, the Bearcats swept West Covina 3-0. San Dimas also lost their home opener to Chino Hills 4-1 and swept Los Osos High 3-0. High school softball is starting as well. Bonita High's team won both of their two games against Orange Lutheran and Los Altos, respectively, 12-4 and 10-3. The San Dimas Saints also dominated their first two games, beating West Covina and Temple City 10-2 and 9-0, respectively. That's all for sports now. Back to you, Anthony and Siobhan.
Thanks, Megan. After the break, we've got a sweet treat for you.
It's a feast for the eyes at a special art exhibit that's coming up on Foothill Community News.
When you think of Valentine's Day, you may think about hearts, chocolates, and love. I visited a Valentine exhibit where love was in the eye of the beholder. People gathered for a night of appetizers, socializing, and artwork to celebrate love.
We have a room of oil paintings with Bonnie. We have watercolors here with John, and we have some beautiful jewelry with Adiola.
Although this was a Valentine's exhibit, the artist put a different twist on it.
We tried to have a little bit of, the red hearts and red roses and things, but I think everybody looks at Valentine's Day. It's more of what do you love? It was more a case of different things mean different things to people.
Diversity was a theme upheld throughout the night, with a variety of local artists expressing different backgrounds through art.
But one thing I can tell you is they are influenced by my background. Coming and growing up, raised in Nigeria and coming here. So there's always that element of African flair. So I call my pieces, Africa meets America.
John Dugan is a local artist, but his travels around the world influence his paintings.
I've had people tell me that they like my art because they'll never get there. They'll never get to these places. So I feel good when I hear that.
It's a break from our regular day-to-day life. You can come and lose yourself in the artwork. I find it very relaxing and it recharges your batteries.
It's important to San Dimas locals that the gallery continues to bring life to the community through the many different avenues of art.
It's wonderful. It makes the community vibrant. It's just makes it more enjoyable. Life without art would be very, very boring.
The Walker House will continue to host different art exhibits. To find out their schedule, check out their website, www.sandimasarts.org.
If you love strawberries topped with a sweet, sticky glaze, you're in luck.
It's that time of the year again, strawberry season in Southern California. And with that comes one of our favorite so-called eats, the famous strawberry donuts at Donut Man. The strawberry donuts are glazed and then stuffed with the juiciest, sweetest strawberries that ooze all over and soak into the donut. Donut Man has been turning out the tasty delights for over 40 years and has been featured on blogs, the Food Network, and the Cooking Channel. Donut Man is located on Route 66 in Glendora.
Strawberry season only lasts until June, so make sure you go over and grab a donut before it's too late.
Well, that's it for us here on Foothill Community News, but stay tuned for our special report coming up right now. I'm Siobhan Rogers.
And I'm Anthony Cisneros. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to FCN Extra. This is where we take a closer look at issues impacting our greater community. Today we'll take you to an area in Los Angeles known as Leimert Park. To the Black community, Leimert Park has long been considered the heart and soul of African culture in LA County. But as housing prices rise and new businesses move in, some worry that the cultural identity of this area may be lost. Leimert Park is filled with blues and jazz clubs, black art murals, and street performers, making Leimert Park the thriving center of black culture. But its role as what some call the Black Greenwich Village may be in jeopardy as an economic rebirth takes place around it. Leimert Park is a 1.2 square mile area west of downtown Los Angeles and east of the Los Angeles International Airport. It has long been the home of the city's black elites, but it hasn't always been this way.
This was all white at one time, and it was a red covenant area. Blacks could not live over here. The 50s and getting into the 60s, and then all of a sudden, in the 70s, blacks start coming through, and it was in its heyday.
It started with two brothers, Alonzo and Dale Davis.
They came here around the 60s, late 60s, right after the Watts uprising. And he and his father, the father and all of them were rapping about what could happen. He thought they would be good to start an art museum level facility in the black community.
Alonzo and Dale Davis paved the way to make Leimert Park an artistic and creative haven of Afrocentric culture, but this has been steadily changing.
Some of the businesses that were along here closed out. So they went into like a quiet zone. And then with the purchasing of the new buildings and a few of the merchants that were in those buildings moved out, today it seems as if it's almost a ghost town.
Affected by the gang violence, riots, and an influx of drugs during the 80s and 90s, many black families moved to the outer suburbs of Los Angeles County. Now that the area is experiencing economic revival, many black residents and businesses worry it will lead to gentrification and change the cultural character of the community.
It's we, the people who live here, who have a living life, who deserve to have a community that flourishes in their favor, with their culture.
Jackie Ryan is the owner of the African shop in Leimert Park, Zambezi Bazaar. She is not happy with the changes she sees taking place in the area.
I mean, the only thing gentrification doesn't have is bullets to actually kill people. That's what gentrification is. It's death of African Americans.
According to the Los Angeles Times, the black population has decreased from a high of 83% in the 1980s to 70% today. At the same time, as two new light rail lines get ready to open up stops in Leimert Park, property values are shooting up. They have more than doubled in the last decade, with the average home costing more than $500,000.
Black people weren't able to sustain themselves because of how they are economically locked out, because of the wealth disparity. African Americans are locked out of the economy.
In Leimert Park, the black median household income is $35,000, making home ownership a near impossibility. For longtime homeowners in the area, the higher property values are prompting them to sell to the highest bidder.
You have folks that would be my father's age that left their property to their children, and by having no money management, losing the homes. Then you have those elders who are locked in and then trying to get money in predatory lending, causing them to lose their homes. So
that's the problem. They're selling what they own. And yes, that gentrification is happening because white kids are offering the money. The kids that they went to school with are now wanting the property that they didn't like.
Ben Caldwell owns the building that houses his business called Chaos Network, an art and cultural center. He says the changes taking place are good for the community.
And the property values are going up. Isn't that good if you own it? Isn't that why you invest in property? We're getting things twisted.
Ben believes the changes redefine what the community is.
We're gentrifying this neighborhood, but we're going to make it our own. It's going to change. If that's called gentrification.
Some residents want the old culture of Leimert Park to remain as new developments are constructed.
Essalon Books wants to stay, Gallery Plus wants to stay, the World Stage wants to stay, and there's some other black businesses that want to stay here. And the only option that we have is to resist. And that's what we do.
But that may not be enough for the old ways of the community to survive. But the new changes help renew the culture of Leimert Park.
I see it very dynamic. I see a lot of younger folks coming through when they have different events. It's cultural in terms of the type of culture is being expressed, in terms of folks understand the culture being a part of the process.
The hope is alive in Leimert Park, and many people are preparing for the future transformation.
I want to be an international business that drops down and puts together a thing that we're calling Sankofa City, which is a little bit like the street out there, but it'll be an interactive street that we can do a lot of proactive work and study with, that we can ship to any place in the world that black people are, or white people, or Asians, or whoever.
The future of Leimert Park is unknown, but with dialogue, the community may be able to accept the renewal of the culture with the changes that are coming.